If you've seen the headlines lately, you'd think America's national parks are falling apart. Overflowing with trash, no rangers around, total chaos. Like a lot of other people, we've been planning a national park road trip for months. Our plan was to visit 5 national parks in California, but with the government shutdown, it had us wondering, should we still go? I'm glad to say we decided to go. And so in this video, we want to show exactly what it was like for us to visit 5 national parks in 7 days, including addressing some of the concerns you might have and answering the question, should you go yourself? Concern number 1, are the parks open and are they staffed? In short, yes, most of the large national parks remain open. We found that most of the park entrances were not staffed, with the exception of Joshua Tree, where we were welcomed warmly and we were offered a map to get into the park. Fees aren't being collected during the shutdown, and it's estimated national parks could lose more than $1 million in revenue every day. In an effort to support the parks, we purchased the America the Beautiful annual pass. It's $80 and covers entrance to over 2,000 sites for the year. We didn't get a chance to use it on this trip, but I know we'll continue to use it once everything's fully back up and running. Concern number 2, there are no rangers and the parks aren't safe. While it's true that many staff are furloughed, critical personnel remain on duty, including rangers and fire safety teams. We actually saw rangers patrolling at every park we visited, and at one park they even shut down the road temporarily for a safety concern. The best thing you can do as a visitor is follow the rules and avoid creating unnecessary work for the limited staff who are still out here. Concern number 3, campsites and visitor centers are closed. This one really depends on the park, so you'll need to do your own research. In our experience, most of the campgrounds were still open and accessible, and we were even able to book campgrounds the week before we left for our trip. We were warmly greeted by the staff and given the rundown of each area. Some visitor centers were closed, but most larger parks had at least one open. So if that's important to you, check the park's official website before you go. Just keep in mind, services like tours or programs may be more limited, so plan to be more self-sufficient. Concern number 4, visitors are trashing the parks. Again, I can't speak for every park in the nation, but in our own experience, the parks were clean, the bathrooms were open, trash was not overflowing, and visitors were respectful. We brought our own trash bags just in case, but campgrounds encouraged us to use on-site bins. People were following the rules, staying on trails, biking responsibly, and leaving things as they found them. If you visit, just come prepared. Bring hand sanitizer, pack out your trash if bins are full, and leave the space cleaner than you found it. A big question for me to answer personally is it unethical to visit the national parks during a government shutdown? Am I going to make things worse by being present? In short, I don't think it's unethical to be visiting the parks right now because they are in fact open. They remain open for a reason. However, I do believe how you show up and take care of the parks, take it on as your own responsibility during your time there, is really going to make the biggest impact. So what can you do to help? First, be self-sufficient. Expect fewer services and don't put yourself in a position where you need rescuing. Some parks have gas stations, but several do not. We saw one car that was stranded on the side of the road in Joshua Tree, and that's why the rangers had to come and do a safety patrol. Maybe they ran out of gas, but either way, it pulled rangers away from other work. Second, follow the rules. Yup, even when nobody's watching. Stay on the trails, don't fly your drone, and be respectful of the space that you're in. Use common sense and common decency to keep these spaces in good condition. If you're the kind of person that treats it as somebody else's job to take care of the parks during a shutdown, then maybe skip a visit until it's all back open. But if you see it as a shared responsibility to leave no trace, follow closures, and respect the space, then you're part of what keeps these places protected. This trip really reminded me that the parks don't belong to a single agency. They belong to all of us. Shutdown or not, the responsibility doesn't disappear. Be self-reliant, leave no trace, and help protect the very thing you came to see.